1500-meter final presented by the Government of Canada. And Kate, if you want to talk about depth anywhere in Canadian track and field, you want to look at this women's 1500 meters.
Well, you know that I have a penchant for this event. It was the one that I competed in most throughout my career, and it is one of the most exciting events. Whether you're a fan of the 15 or not, it is still one of the deepest and most exciting events in Canada this year. We have 4 women in contention for the Tokyo World Championships in the 1500. We have one athlete, Gabriela Dubious-Stafford, already with the qualifying standard of 4:01:50. And then 3 other athletes all in contention in the World Athletics points ranking system. They are Lucia Stafford, Simone Plourde, and Kate Current. So should all of them decide to contest the 15 or try to go for it at Worlds, there will be a full team but one left off.
It'll be Rachel Mortimer for the Vancouver Thunderbirds, Holly McGillivray from the Vancouver Thunderbirds as well, Sophie Coots, the London Western Track and Field Club, Olivia Cooper from the Grizzly Endurance Collective, Maggie Smith from Athletics East Nova Scotia, Simone Plourde, St. Laurent Select, Lucia Stafford, Royal City, Jenica Swartz, the Edmonton Columbians, Sadie Jane Hickson, Royal City, Grace Feather-Stoneha, also from Royal City, Kate Current, and the Canadian record holder to round out the field, Gabriela Dubious-Stafford.
Well, the 4 athletes that I mentioned are in contention for those World Championships in this event are all Olympians as well, each of them competing at the highest level. National record holder, of course, Gabriela Dubious-Stafford. That is a 3:56:12, her best. She's coming off a win at the 5,000 meter here on Thursday. She's going to start on the outside. She's had some ups and downs over the last few years. An injury issue in 2023 laid her out for a while, but she is one of the toughest athletes that I've ever met, certainly. And she has fought and clawed her way back time and time again to one of the highest rankings in Canada and indeed the world. Her best, a 5th place finish in the 1500 meter at the Tokyo Olympics. She was 6th at the 2019 World Championships, 4th at the 2022 World Indoor Championships. And she is a 6-time national champion across the 1500 and 5,000 meter distances. Of course, she's also got her sister to contend with here, Lucia Stafford. She had a phenomenal breakthrough at the Olympic level in Tokyo, missing the final by 1 spot in her very first games and running 2 personal bests in the process. And she has been disappointed by some of her international results. Just holds herself to a very high level. And then Grace Feather-Stoneha, she sits in those very bright orange shorts on the outside. She won the steeplechase here over these championships. She was 4th in this event last year, and we see so many of the steeplers, we'll see this in the men's side too, coming back and doubling to the 15 and just having tremendous success. And then it is the woman tucked just to her outside wearing hip number 6. That is Simone Plourde. And she is also on an absolute tear. She has run personal bests in the 800, the 1500, the 3000, and the 5000 meter this year, and all of them nipping at world-class level. 4:02:91, her best from the Sunset Tour in California last month. And the opening lap unofficially 1:09, and Gabriela Stafford happy to take this on. Kate Current's tucked just to the outside shoulder of Plourde there.
There's a lot of jostling here in the opening lap at a bit.
Well, and again, it's relatively slow, so 69 is not a fast opening lap. In fact, I'm almost certain that we saw some of our U20 races on the women's side go faster than this. This is going to come down to crossing the line in one of the top positions because, again, there are 4 women contending for 3 spots on that World Championship team.
Dubious-Stafford, the 5,000 meter champion, leading things. Behind her, the steeplechase champion, Feather Stonehaw. And they've got 2 laps left to go.
Gabriella, if it does come down to a kicker's race, she is at her best a 1:58.70 800-meter runner, which is astounding speed engagement. So she could turn on the afterburners pretty easily here as they go through about 2:20 through 800. So they've actually slowed even further, and you would expect that things are going to start ramping up now. The younger of the Stafford sisters, Lucia, a 2-minute 800-meter runner. So too is Plourde. Kate Current has just been running personal best after personal best. She sits in 5th as the field starts to string out now with about 550 meters to go.
Hugh Stafford continuing to lead. Feather Stonehaw in 2nd. And then it is Lucia Stafford running in 3rd. Plourde is in 4th, but this is still a pretty tightly grouped contingent of athletes. Now we're starting to see some separation, and they're going to hear the bell. It's Debut Stafford, followed by Stafford.
Stafford and Stafford, the top 4 from last year's final, plus Gabriella, are those top 5 right now. The 2 Stafford sisters, and then the steeplechase standout, Feather Stonehaw, not letting the field go. And we knew it was going to be a kicker's race, and that is exactly what's playing out. Debut Stafford Sr. looking to take it gun to tape. She is dragging younger sister Lucia along with her, 3:38 with 200 meters to go. And this is Gabriella Debut Stafford getting close to her finest again after years of difficulty. She is looking fabulous into the last 120.
Well, this, I'm sure, is something that has played out hundreds of times between these 2 sisters. It's going to be Debut Stafford making it double gold here in Ottawa. The 5,000 and now the 1,500, and it's a sister act at the top of the podium, as it will be Lucia Stafford picking up the silver, and then Kate Current coming through for the bronze.
Look, when you can close in 59:52 for your final lap in a 1,500, you are a championship racer. Gabriella Debut Stafford, my friend, put the crown on your head. Thumbs up? Yeah, I think so. What an incredible race for the woman who, again, has just shown what it means to overcome adversity and turn up time and time again. She went through a phase where she was running, and you see a little stumble there. Good that everyone stayed on their feet after that hard fall in the men's 8, but she has showed up at races over the past couple of years and run just so much slower than her personal best, but it's what she had at the day. And, we talked about building blocks. That's what she needed to do. She put her pride aside and said, here's where I am. I know this is not my best, but it's going to get me where I need to be. And you put enough of those building blocks together, and you create a thing of beauty. Congratulations, Gabriella Debut Stafford. Gold, and she is headed to Tokyo. Lucia Stafford second in a 1:01 final lap for 4:10.48. And then Kate Current, she's been just knocking at the door of extreme greatness for a long time. She was second last year, bronze this year, but that bodes well for her chances to get to Tokyo as well.